What's up, guys, and welcome back to SCUM. Now, that's not the button I wanted to push. We are up here in D4. There's a secret bunker up here that we just so happen to have a keycard for that I completely forgot about. I don't remember where we found this keycard, but apparently we found this keycard a while back, and it's slowly running out of time. So I figure since the secret bunkers are actually good now, we'd come up here and check this thing out. And then I'm not sure where we're going to go. We could go over to the airfield here and see what kind of good stuff we might be able to find there. There's lots of World War II bunkers over there, and you have obviously the big bunker itself full of lots of military stuff and security lockers and whatnot. But I'm not sure that we have the ammo to do that, because there's going to be a whole lot of armored puppets in there. And almost certainly going to be several bandits, possibly multiple squads, etc. And we don't have just a ton of ammunition right now. So I'm debating about going back to the city down here, and you guys said to check the school down here for some cookbooks. And there's also possibly some military stuff in the school down there. So I'm debating about doing that. I feel a little bit more confident going into the city now that we actually have some weapons. I did go ahead and run down to the trader and offload all of the stuff that we could sell. And I got us an SKS. I didn't have enough to get an optic after buying the SKS and some ammo. We have basically 100 spare rounds of ammunition. I've got a little bit more in the car here. And then I've switched over to the HS9 because we had a crap ton of magazines for that, and we have more 9mm than we do anything else. I was going to switch to the 1911, but we don't have a whole lot of 45. So we're going to run with this stuff. I also went ahead and made an improvised oil can suppressor, and I made the improvised scope because I really wanted to put an optic on here, but I didn't have any money. You can see how much money we don't have. I did go ahead and do some more cooking back at home. I made another meat stew. I made some grilled vegetables, some fried eggs, a couple things of just grilled meat, etc., etc. Anywho, not important. Sorry, also, if you can hear my dogs grooming themselves in the background. They came in right before I started recording this video and decided, hey, that'd be a great time to lick ourselves loudly. Also, it is darker in here. This little section you guys are probably fine with because it's lighter in here. You guys can see in here. Okay, let's see what kind of goodies we can find in this one, because you guys remember how good the other one was. So let's see what we can come up with. Take off the gloves. Dang it. I don't get why these gloves cause difficulty with lockpicking, but the open finger tactical gloves don't. They're both fingerless gloves, but whatever, doesn't matter. Oh, ha, he, ha, ha, ho, ho. Okay. I think we may have found a new sidearm. That always makes me nervous that the bunker doors randomly close now. Oh, yes, please. First off, I say that these hold 19 apiece. You'd have one to go in and 2 spares. So you'd have, what, 57 rounds? 58 if you topped off that first one. Here we've got over 60 rounds. We've got 64 rounds there, plus what's in the gun. Basically, you get 3 extra rounds per magazine. Man, I'm really trying to decide on that because I do like the SF-19. That being said, they're basically the same gun. That they're both modeled off of the Springfield XD line. This one's the more compact version. I think we might just stick with what we've currently got. However, we might go ahead and attach that. Just so we got... Maybe, we'll see. Debating about a suppressor because the reality is I kind of don't want a suppressor because, you know, with the puppets that we have, I do kind of like having the hordes show up. I gotta be honest, I actually like it better without that, even. I like the iron sights on these pistols. I really do. I think we might just leave it then. Okay. Onward. Let's see what else we can come across, because that was just the first locker. Let's see what else we got. Holy... Holy crap. This is the first time I've ever found a Barrett. In the 2 years that I've been playing SCUM, 2.5 years that I've been playing SCUM, this is the first time I've ever actually found the M82. Holy crap, I'm glad we came here. I won't actually use this for anything. But, oh... God, I really don't need a scope that powerful. Yeah, because that goes up to a 20. Oh. Oh, jeezums, that's a big rifle. Oh. I'm sorry, we have to do all of this stuff here. Oh. You know, I say I won't use this. Whoop, damn it. Oh, man. I mean, I know we don't get a whole lot of bullets here. But, man, what the hell? Why did it unequip the magazine? I've noticed that there's been some bugs since this update. With the cooking ingredients, a lot of the cooking ingredients will disappear after you've added them in. They're still there, but they, for whatever reason, disappear. I've also noticed my cache tends to disappear. Like, anytime I relog, my cache is gone. So I don't do much with cache. You know, I just have everything in the bank. Also, these SKS stripper clips, they eat ammo. Anytime I relog, these are now empty. So that's why I only have one. Because, yeah, every time I log in, that is empty. So I've been not keeping one of these on me. And I just loaded this one up now. I've just been keeping the empty one in the car. But I figure I'll keep this one loaded, and I may unload it before I log out, and then reload it when I come back in. Anywho, oh, man. Oh, I've never found one of those. I'm debating about going up to the airfield now and just doing some sniping with that. You know, go around to the bunkers up on the hillside up here. You know, there's some World War II bunkers up here that overlook the entire rest of the field. If we could maybe circle in up here and just come in. Ooh, is that actually a road that comes in back there? But just come in up there to where we don't alert anything down here on the field and just play around with that thing. Yeah, we could sell the ammo and get a decent chunk of money, but I've never actually played with the M82 before. Oh, I kind of want to do that. I think we might do that. I think we might go up to the airfield up there. I really don't care about these, but I can sell them. Damn it. Go this way. There we go. What in the hell is that? I've never found a grenade launcher before either. Holy crap. I like these secret bunkers now. They're probably going to nerf them. I would almost guarantee, in fact, they're going to nerf them just because of that. I found an M82 and a grenade launcher in here. I can pretty well guarantee they're going to nerf these at some point. Realistically, what they should do is just make the cards more rare, because when you do find a card for these, holy, you better not skip out on checking the bunker, because damn. Bullets, thank you. 9mm, yes. Ooh, 338 Lapua. Don't have anything that uses those. And the trader that we go to there near our base. Oh, well, heck, now we found more bullets for you. Okay, well, if we can find another magazine for that, then I will swap it, I think. But the trader that we have near us does not have any of the 338 rifles. You'd think with all of that I'm finding in here, I'd find one of those. Not, well, hot diggity dang. Okay, I guess we're switching to that. Ooh. Oh. Another one of those. We'll take it. Why not? Handgun suppressor. Oh, poop. We're out of inventory space. And we still have this to check, and I can't get back in here afterwards. I really don't need any of this stuff, though. That's the reality of it. I don't need this stuff. Because I have the jacket. I've already got a holster. Got the hat. I've got multiple things of tactical pants. I really don't need any of this stuff. So, I think we're just going to leave that because we don't have room to carry any of it. And none of it really sells particularly well. I mean, they sell okay. But, let's see. I think the pants sell... The jacket would sell the best, probably. Here, we can do that, maybe. I think. Actually, can we just chuck all of this into the jacket? Actually, well, we could just chuck it all into the backpack. I could not be as stupid. You know, that's a thing that I could not be. There you go. Put all of that in there. Boom. Oh, they give you a backpack. Why don't you use it? Shut up. Don't expect me to be intelligent. How dare you? You guys know better than to have high expectations. Okay. Got all the goodies. Man, I like these secret bunkers. Now I can't move because I'm carrying a frickin' M82 on my back. Good lord, that's a long rifle. Holy crap. Oh, let's get this thing out here in the sunlight where we can actually see it. Yeah, I know, you dropped the backpack. You better not have... Okay, good, it is just right there. Oh. Where's the backpack? What is that noise? I keep hearing something up there, but I don't know what it is. It sounds like some kind of animal, but I'm not sure what. Anywho, I did go ahead and organize our inventory better. So these two chests are just more or less empty. They have loot in them, or will have loot in them. So actually, let's go ahead and just put all of this stuff in there, shall we? Let's see. Actually, you guys don't really need to sit here and watch me do this. But I'm going to ramble for just a second while I do this, and then I'll probably load these magazines and stuff. But, yeah, I went ahead and organized a lot of stuff in here. I kind of want to keep those on us. If we're going to keep that, I think we'll keep them. Okay. So, yeah, this is just kind of generic stuff right now. Yeah, we'll get rid of those. This one is just empty at the moment. One of them has stuff in the bottom, just like some extra car parts. Yeah, this one does. So we got a tractor alternator in case we find a tractor that needs an alternator that we want to use. I got a couple of headlights for the car. I'm not real sure why I'm carrying this thing because we found a sidecar bike that already has a seat, so I'm not real sure why I'm still carrying that around, but I am. But you guys know me, I often just do random things. I've got a bedroll in here just in case we decide to make camp somewhere. I would like to at least be comfortable. I've got my coat in here, and it has all my warm weather stuff and my other hat. And then we got supplies that I've organized. We got an extra pair of boots there because they wouldn't fit in the other backpack. This is still scrap, which is pretty well empty because I left all that at base. This one is medical and foodstuffs. And then these, let's see, I think I made this one clothing. Yes, this one is like full extra sets of clothing. I've got an extra thing of bulletproof armor there, but just an extra change of clothing in case we need it. That one is just tools and such. You guys probably don't care about this, but I'm going to show you anyway because this is the kind of stuff that I do. But yeah, so we got tools, car, stuff, etc., etc. What are you? Okay, this one is... I've got fishing supplies and just some kind of generic survival stuff. So we got some stuff to make some better arrows. We have some better arrows. Backup machete there. I did go ahead and buy us some crossbow bolts. That is one thing that I actually spent money on. That almost sounded like a pig. Did you guys hear that? Did anybody but me hear that? Yep. That is what it is, isn't it? Sure sounds like it. I'm going to get up on top of the car just in case. I'd rather not get gored by a pig. This one is the rest of our gun stuff. So we got our backup shotgun, crossbow, some ammunition, gun cleaning kit. I bought a takedown bow as well because I like the takedown bow. It stores away easier. I like it. We've got a 1911 as a backup pistol, and we still have our revolver as a backup as well as some ammo for that. These magazines are all loaded, and that's pretty much what we have for ammo for the 45s, aside from we got a box of tracers. But other than that, we're kind of, that's all we have for 45s. This one I think is just empty right now. Yes, that one's just empty, so it's just kind of a spare backpack I can grab. The small gas can just has water. So I've just got a bunch of extra water there, and then these both have gasoline in them. Again, you guys probably don't really care too much, but I'm going to show you anyway. And I hear a chicken. Is a chicken going to fight the pig? I don't know. That'd be hilarious, though. Anywho, I guess I'm going to go ahead and load these magazines and stuff and then swap my pistol around. And then I'll probably try and get over to the north side of the airfield there and see if we can't find us a good position to have a little fun with this M82. But you guys don't need to sit here and watch all of that. So I'll just see you guys over that away. Okay, guys, we are back, or not back. We are here at the D4 Airfield, and we are way up here. I took this way around and trying to get through here. There's a little farm, like right there, I think, that I got ambushed by a squad of NPCs. And I just had to skedaddle out of there because they were lighting my car up. You can see I'm at 68% health right now. So yeah, that was fun. I didn't bother getting out and trying to take any of them because when they get the drop on you like that, it's not a smart idea to get out of your car. At least it hasn't ever been in my experience. This is not a particularly good one here for sniping, but I do want to check these bunkers just because if we can find a trench gun in one of these, that'd be great, you know? God, that the handbrake does not work very well on these, does it? Actually, well, it doesn't matter, it'd be fine. You know what? I don't need to lug this M82 around just for this, do I? No. I don't need that scope on here either. For those of you new to SCUM, you can set optics and suppressors to hotkeys. So I've got like the scope on 6, so I can just take it on and off as I please. That way I can have the scope, or I can have iron sights. And the suppressor I have on 7, so I can just quickly equip or unequip the suppressor as I see fit. I've also got the rail on a hotkey, just so I can have clearer iron sights if I want them. But generally speaking, the rail doesn't really interfere with those. Anywho, that's just a tip for those of you that are new to SCUM. Don't hear anybody in here. I have no idea if we'll actually find a trench gun in here, but that would be really nice. You know what? We don't have a raincoat yet, and honestly, we could use one. Not at all what I came here for, but hey, I'll take it. Because we could definitely do with a raincoat, that's for sure. There's several things in here. Ooh, those are actually in good shape. So is that magazine. The slouch camo hat. I don't know that I care too much, but I do have other camo clothing, so we might as well take it. I don't know why I'm bothering to search these. All you're going to find in those is ever cash, and cash disappears every time you relog now. So that's a whole bunch of crap. Thanks, devs. Don't get me wrong. I like this update. You know, I like the SKS, and I like the trench gun. And I do like some of the, you know, stuff that they did fix with the game. But they also broke a lot of stuff as per usual. And unfortunately, like the inventory rework where they added the, you know, the pick up and drop all feature, that only works with these lootable boxes. It doesn't work with your other inventory stuff. So it's kind of like, what the hell's the point? You know? It's like what we wanted was to be able to actually sort and move objects in our inventories faster, not just be able to drop everything on the ground or pick up everything from the ground, you know. But it is a step in the right direction, so guess can't really complain too much there. Let's see, I don't really want to go all the way up and around that way, I don't think, anyway. Because there's a facility. Well, no, that's over there, isn't it? You know what? I've never actually driven this road. What is this road? I don't know if this actually takes us to the bunkers or not. But I have never been up here before. I don't think. So I'm a curious. I don't know, this kind of seems like it just goes down and around behind. Nope, this does come up to this facility. Okay. So, yeah, you got these radar dishes up here. That, oh, there's actually other buildings and stuff up here, too. Okay. Well, I guess we'll check these while we're here. We might as well. Because I never do. And we're definitely not going to have time to actually do the bunker. So we're not really going to bother with that too much this time around. I'm going to go ahead and grab my bow and stuff. It's not that one, it's this one, isn't it? No. It is that one. Perfect. I'm going to run the bow for puppets up here. But I want the SKS in case we run into friends. You know. Now, I don't think... Or can you? Interesting. Hadn't thought about that, but we could give it a try. Climb up, you know, onto one of these, maybe that one, and see what kind of view we have, because that points us in the right direction. I don't know if we'd be able to actually hit anything from way up here, is the problem. I would almost bet that we won't be able to hit anything. Not even sure if we'd see anything from up here. No friends, no friends. Fantastic. Oh, well, hot diggity. Hey, I have those. I like those. I'm using those. B-E-A-Beautiful. I mean, heck, just finding that. Let's see, do I have a spot I can... Yes, I can put those in my shorts down there. That seems uncomfortable, but you know what? We'll do it. Yeah, just finding those 20 rounds for the SKS. That was worth coming up here. Small screwdriver. I'd prefer a yellow one, but that's okay. What the hell? That... Why did it pop up with my inventory if there was nothing there? Huh. Gotta love the bugs, huh? What would SCUM be without the bugs, right? Whole bunch of nothing. Fantastic. Just the way I like it. I mean, realistically, it is for this season because I wanted it to be much more difficult to get things. Because I wanted us to have to actually make things and craft things and... You know, honestly, I don't even want to be able to find enough stuff that we can just buy whatever stuff we want. I want this to be more difficult. I want things to be more the style of we probably try to avoid fights as much as possible. Just because we don't have the resources to just go, you know, go in guns blazing. You know, I want this to be a little bit more... A little bit more realistic in terms of survival. And in this kind of situation, you would be avoiding fights rather than looking for them. Ooh, that's a good condition block right there. You need to pee? Okay. Well, lucky you, there's a corner over here. There you go. There you go. Feel better? Good, me too. And we'll take it. I don't need the coal. I don't have any kind of use for a bag of coal. You know, only thing you can use it for, as far as I'm aware, is just using it to fuel fires. And we got plenty of wood for that, so we really don't need the coal. Don't need either of those. Ooh, I'll take that. We have... Well, we're wearing one of those. And they don't really sell. So, it's not really worth grabbing them just to sell them. There's never been anything up there before. And yeah, I think we will try to climb up that and... Well, I say that. We'll go over to the edge there and see... Oh, this is medical. I don't really need... Well, actually, I say that. I do need more medical stuff because after the run-in with the friends over there on the way over here, I could actually use some more bandages. So if we can find a pack of bandages, that would be great. I mean, I have some extras in the car, but if we can find some, that'd be even gooder. I mean, we'll take both of those. They're not what I was hoping for, but we'll take them. Great. That's not helpful at all. I mean, technically, I could use those and just cut them into rags, and then we got some bandages. Because we have some isopropyl alcohol in the car as well. Let's do that, I guess. Well, let's see. Drop them all on the ground, and then cut them into rags. I mean, they're not dirty at all right now, so just as is right now, they should be fine. Okay, well, didn't stack to quite as much as I wanted, but that's okay. Also, for whatever reason, I put a battery in the mobile phone that we have, so we're packing that around at the moment. Yeah, there you go. Put them in your shoe. They'll stay clean in there for sure. You betcha. Okay, well. Yep, that's what I figured. We'll find some more beanies and sunglasses. That's exactly what we're hoping for in these military crates. Definitely not ammunition or anything like that. Why would we want that? That's just crazy. Ooh, actually, I'll take the Desert Eagle flashlight. Actually, I wonder how well could we see just off the rocks here. You know, because I want to get a good overlook of the field. You know, of the airfield here. So that we've got a nice sniping platform. You know what? We have one of those. I don't particularly like it, but we have it. I think we even have a little bit of ammo for it. But let's see what kind of view we have over here. Not even sure if this is facing the right direction. Not pretty well, actually. Yeah. Yeah, we can see some. I would not trust trying to hit them with this. Not with this scope. I said we can see some. I saw one. I know there's more than that. Anyway, what kind of range? Well, it doesn't matter. This scope doesn't have a rangefinder. I'm a stupid. Either way, this is not ideal positioning here. It does give you a decent overlook. This would be an interesting spot for actually trying, like, PvP. What I would love to see is the armed NPCs spawn in down there, you know, from this kind of distance. I would love to be able to pick them off from up here. That's what I want. I want the armed NPCs to spawn in at longer distances, and they don't. They pretty well spawn in within about 15, 20 meters of you, it seems like. You know, you don't ever see them... Oh, it's in bad shape, but... we have a gun cleaning kit in the car. Oh, how bad a shape are you in? I mean, you're definitely not great, but I'll be honest, this is what I was hoping to find here. Now, if we could find another one, we could just use a toolkit to turn one into a parts kit. Well, I don't really think there's a whole lot of point in trying to use this tower here to snipe. I think we're going to need to go down the hill a bit further, because I think we're just kind of out of range up here. Not the Barrett could hit from up here. It's whether or not... Ooh, a parachute. I don't really have room for that. It's whether or not the puppets will actually spawn in very well from up here. Free lockpick. Because, I mean, if we're going to be sniping with the Barrett, we want there to be puppets, right? Ooh, I could have really used that earlier. Do I have a spot in here that I can stow that? Yeah. Actually, just do that. Perfect. Okay. You know, because these bullets are not cheap. And so I really don't want to waste the ones that we found for free. You know, really don't want to waste them. And sorry, I know I'm kind of taking my time getting over there, but we're up here. I want to check this stuff, and then we'll start heading downhill. And I don't remember exactly where along here all of the World War II bunkers are. There's nothing in this one. That's terribly unfortunate. And break your ankles. Nope, you're good. Okay, I'm not going to bother with all the towers here because I don't really think there's a good enough reason to. We're not finding a whole lot. Actually, I'm not even sure if there are more towers that way. I think there's that one that I don't think we've checked yet. And I don't know if there's any over that away, but I don't really care. We'll check this one here and then call it good, I think. If I could find another trench gun, that'd be just awesome. No, but there's another block. I don't need another one, though. We have... This one's the second one, so we already have one that we can use as a parts gun. You know what? I mean, we can sell one of them. Also, maybe they've changed it. I don't know. But we did a test a little while back. And, you know, you can... In theory, you get more money by fixing the guns up and selling them. But according to our tests, you actually get more from selling the 2 lower quality guns than if you fix one of them up. You know, turn one into parts and fix it up and sell it as a perfect condition gun. You know. So, I don't know. I'll pretty much just turn it into parts to fix up the guns that I have. We may turn this one into parts, fix up both of the ones that we have, and then sell one of them, and then whatever we have left over from the parts kit, if anything, we'll just hold on to that. Oh, man, I'm glad we found that trench gun. That's what I was hoping for. Now, let's get a little bit more downhill. See if we can't find something. Let's see. Oh, we don't have room elsewhere for lock pickery, huh? Fair enough. I do like that you can add stuff to the backpacks without having to take them out of the chests. I don't know if it's always been that way, but it's that way now, and I'm happy about it. Anywho, let's see if we can get down. See, there should be bunkers all along the ridge that way. It's just whether or not we're able to get down there without wrecking the car. Because that's a pretty significant drop. But this road should take us, yeah, down. You know what? We should be able to just get down from here. Because that road goes way back and around and all of that fun stuff. But we can take a shortcut and go this way. And I don't remember, does this kick us out at ground level or at the bunkers? The World War II bunkers. I think it kicks us out of the World War II bunkers. I hope it kicks us out of the World War II bunkers anyway. Yeah, it kicks us out of the World War II bunkers. Right. Uh-oh. Oh, hi, Happy. I hear you. I would prefer not to hear you. But I do. You sound like you're down. Oh, nope. You're... Okay. Well... We're going to go ahead and grab the Barrett. Whoa. Well, shoot. Oh, good. We got multiple happies. Fantastic. Where are you? He may actually be... Oh, God, I hear multiples. I hate when I hear multiple happies. They actually... I think they may be... underground? Or is he right there? I think he might be right there. Let's see if I might be able to see him better from over here. Yep. We're not exactly where I want to be. I'd rather not waste my bullets on you guys. If I don't have to. Although, you know, you guys are here. God, if I could get up the rocks a little bit. You might be close enough we could play with the Barrett. So I'm hungry. Give me a couple. Yeah, that's another bug. So once you take a bite of food, you have to wait longer than you should. You can't just go back in and eat another bite quickly. Not real sure why, but oh well. Yeah, can we get like up here or something? Oh, see, now that tower might actually be good. Ooh. Ooh, I see a nice little spot right here. I really don't want to waste these 50s on ones like, on unarmored ones. Oh, you're an unarmored one too. You're the one that I saw before. And not seeing a whole heck of a lot. That's unfortunate. Yeah, really not seeing much at all. In fact, that is very disappointing. Well, what range are you? 169. This bear just obliterates him, doesn't it? And I'm very disappointed though that we're not seeing more. The whole point of coming here was to have some fun sniping with this thing. And yet there's nothing here. Now, I think something may be screwed up with the encounter manager, because one of you said in the comments that you get more puppets and NPCs at any given POI with default spawn settings than I do with the boosted spawn settings here. So I'm really debating about going back to the default settings and just see what happens. Because I want a lot of puppets. You know, and before 1.0, I had a lot of puppets. Where did this one go? Hey, there's an armored one. What a body shot what this thing does to you. Really? A body shot from the 50 doesn't even drop you. Oh, that's fascinating. Where can I get some of that armor? Well, I'm sure it has something to do with the fact that we have their health boosted too. But, you know, we're going to ignore that fact for the moment. Is there really no other ones down there? That's extremely disappointing. Well, poop. Yep, I'm not seeing a single one. That's just terrible. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. I guess, then, we will call it for this episode, because I was really hoping to end with some sniping from up here. But hey, I guess that means we get to keep some of this expensive ammo. I mean, heck, maybe when if I log out and log back in, more will show up. That'd be great. Actually, I am curious, because I think they added the command back in. Or did they? I don't remember. I may have to fiddle with it. Okay, so yeah, they did re-enable this command. You can do show zombies locations true, and it will show the puppet locations again. But still, this is very disappointing. They're all mostly underground. And I remember I used to be able to come to these places, and if you showed this, there would just be orange all over the place. And now there's just not, and it's disappointing. But oh well, is what it is. Wait, there was one down here somewhere. There was actually above ground. There you are. There we go. Well, I think that's probably the only one that we're actually going to be able to get. Because I mean, there's some maybe up there, but the rest of them are inside. You know, they're in the bunker here. So that's disappointing. That means that there aren't any more out yonder ways. So, not a whole lot of point in us sitting up here trying to do more sniping. Unfortunately. I may fiddle with the settings some and try doing, some relogging and that kind of thing and see just what happens. Because the puppet numbers that we're getting are extremely disappointing, and they should be much, much higher. Because I have puppet numbers supposedly maxed out. I've got the maximum number of puppets allowed. I've got the puppets per encounter maxed out. I've got hordes maxed out. I've got puppets per horde maxed out, which that seems to be functional. When we do get hordes, they're generally pretty dang big. But when we don't have hordes, there's just nothing. And it's very frustrating because I used to be able to have it to where there'd be dozens of puppets out here. So, I don't know. We'll see what we can figure out. Anywho, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was not as exciting as I was hoping for. I was really wanting to play with this Barrett some more. But we got to play with it a little bit anyway. And, I mean, this keeps it to where it's still in good condition. We still have more of the bullets. I'll probably end up selling this just because I don't really have a use for it. I could come up here with a Car 98 or a Carbon Hunter and have just as much fun sniping as I can with this thing. But have it not cost an arm and a leg every time I pull the trigger, So, actually, just real quick, can you make crafted 50 BMG? No. That's what I figured. You can't make the 50 BMG. All right, fair enough. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate you hitting that like button. And if you haven't done so already, I'd really appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It's a small click for you, but it means a whole lot to me. It really helps the channel grow, and it lets me know that you like what I do and that you'd like to see more. And with that being said, I'm going to plug the links in the description. We have St. Jude Children's Hospital and Wounded Warrior Project, both linked in the description. So if you'd like to support either of those charities, please go check out those links. And then we have my Discord server, as well as the Discord server for the Wolfpack multiplayer SCUM server. That is the multiplayer server that I do all of my live streams on. We are a PvE server. We have player-to-player damage turned off, and player locks cannot be picked, so you don't have to worry about toxic players trying to mess with you or your stuff. We have sentries and dropships turned off, but we do have puppet numbers maxed out, animal numbers maxed out, and NPC numbers maxed out. So it's not necessarily an easy server, but it is a pretty chill server. Most of the people on there are just really nice, chill folks. So if you're looking for just kind of a laid-back PvE server where you can meet some good people and maybe squad up with somebody if you want to, or even just get some help getting started if you're new to the game, we are a great server for that. So if it sounds like something you'd like to check out, check that Discord link. Make sure you read the server rules page. And if it all sounds good to you, contact one of the admins that are listed in that server rules page, and somebody can get you set up with the password. And then we have my wife's YouTube channel, where she does a variety of content, including ambient rain videos, comedy videos, paranormal videos, where she posts informational content on various haunted locations, as well as some evidence that we have captured because we are amateur paranormal investigators. And then we do family live streams over there where we play multiplayer games like Phasmophobia. So if any of that content sounds interesting to you, please go check out her channel. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.